The time is 11 o'clock on this late Tuesday night, August 28th, 2018. Time now for the Peter channel. 11 o'clock news on this late Tuesday night, August 28th, 2018. Good evening, everybody. I'm Peter J. Wiggins. It is It's 79 degrees in Norton, Massachusetts. Top stories on the Peter channel. 11 o'clock news as Andrew Gillum becomes the first African-American nominee for Florida governor. Lindsey Graham gives a tearful tribute to John McCain on the Senate floor. Mexico denies it will pay for a border wall after Trump repeats claim. Trump doubles on Google taxing. Company is taking an advantage. Ex-officer Roy Oliver guilty of murder for killing Jordan Edwards in Texas. Mystery woman in the wet could be handcuffs, rings, doorbells, disappears. McCain had a wicked wit that he aimed at himself. Catholic lay group wants more responsibility to investigate clergy sexual abuse. The North Korea peace process can't collapse because it only exists in Trump's head. U.S. considers preacher of military exercises as North Korea talks on. Pope Francis has no intention of resigning. Taunton became a juggler during a day-long movie shoot. Up Edinburgh cops okay after traumatic shootout with a gunman found in church. While pastor tried to get the gun away from men before he allegedly shot at police. Woman bend his dog at East Bridgewater groomer. Papa John says being scapegoated. Barnes & Noble and Firewood former CEO said he was fired for sexual harassment, and HPE rises on the revenue growth. And U.S. Consumer Confidence surge to near August 18-year high. North Korean businessmen are active at Chinese border cities and seeking Chinese investments, according to a Japanese press report. Peru declares mercy over influx of Venezuelan migrants. Massachusetts school released students of early mid-northeast heat wave. Cases of 3 common yet treatable sexually transmitted diseases increased for the 4th consecutive year in 2017, the CDC reported on Tuesday. California Governor Jerry Brown signed legislation on Tuesday eliminating the money bail requirement for Californians to be released from jail while they await trial. A Texas jury on Tuesday found former... Let's skip that because we already did that. In Attleboro, highway workers, cops, even the protester can take the heat as... I was in the Attleboro area today in downtown Attleboro and walking around the downtown Attleboro area, and there were many people trying to beat the heat in all walks of life. 2 bot shops get Attleboro Council go ahead. North Attleboro considers general communities to change state aid formula. An Attleboro District Court judge found a North Attleboro man accused of assaulting his mother's boyfriend a danger Tuesday, but declined to keep him locked up without bail. Women sheltered in North Attleboro crash. Taunton softball team honored at Fenway Park. Captures school spirits. Newberry shot at Brockton's Perkins W School. Bridge Street Bridge in Bridgewater to close for repairs. Quincy, another proposed apartment building could ruin the field of resident neighborhood near Quincy Center. Nearby residents say that a community meeting Tuesday, neighbors signed about against a 46-unit apartment. First year ever, evidence of Higgs boson decay opens new doors for particle physics. Return lab chimps find sanctuary in Louisiana, but the move can be tough. Scientists discover unbelievable deep-sea coral reef off the coast of South Carolina. Chinese refers to share fires as scandalous. Many could die. California woman bitten by Kissenberg warns about dangers of silent killer parasitic disease. And West Nile virus found in mosquitoes in Pierce County in Washington State. Peter Chill News Time. 11:05, 5 minutes after 11, and it's time now for a Peter Chill Traffic and Transit Check. Baby! Let's study off on the MBTA, where it's looking good in the subway, commuter rail, and ferries. Okay, look at the highways and byways in New England. Down in Rhode Island, where 295 at the southbound side, also the Attleboro stretch. 95 northbound side, also Work stretch. Newport Bridge on the westbound side, it is backed up. 20 more southbound side, also 79 at Somerset. 495 at the southbound side, also around 20 in Middleburg, headed towards Carver's Bridge. 3 on the southbound side, also around the Hanover stretch, Route 53. 120 at the both ends is back to the Needham stretch. Mass back eastbound side, also between the Pruitt and the Logan Airport. 29 both ends of back around Route 190 in Worcester. 91 northbound side, looks like Chickadee. Route 101 westbound side, also after the Exeter, New Hampshire stretch. Spalding Turnpike on the southbound side, also Portsmouth, New Hampshire. And it's looking good in Northern New England, except on Interstate 89. Southbound side, also St. Albans Town and Ottawa 59. Both ends it's backed up and some go back towards Montreal. Peter Joe News Time, 11:06 on this Tuesday night, late Tuesday night, Simon and Friday weather report. And today it was another steam bath. It was hazy, hot, and humid today. Clearing the way for another night in an AC bed because it is going to be sticky. Or it's going to get warm and stuffy. All right. Take a look at the current conditions in Norton, Massachusetts at the 11:06 p.m. 79 degrees at temperature with a humidity 87%, 2.75 degrees per around 29 inches. Okay, looking at the current conditions around region, 88 in Boston, 84 in Salem and in Gloucester, 82 in Bedford and Pittsburgh, 79 in Worcester, 84 in Norwood, 81 in Taunton and Plymouth and Newport, New Bedford, and 75 in Newport, Rhode Island and Chatham, Newport and Falmouth, Massachusetts, and Westlake, Mass, and 75 in Buck Island, and 75 in Provincetown, 77 in Chatham, 79 in Martha's, 72 in Nantucket, 79 in Providence, 79 in Montauk, 79 in Islip, 82 in New York City, 81 in Bridgeport and New Haven, and Denver, Warwick, Connecticut, 79 in Middletown, Connecticut is 82 in Hartford, and Windsor, Connecticut, 82 in Springfield, it's 81 in Orange, Massachusetts, 75 in North Adams, 77 in Pittsfield, 82 in Albany, New York, it's 81 in Glens Falls, 82 in Rutherford, Vermont, 79 in Bennington, Bottom, Vermont, 81 in Keene, Jefferson, New Hampshire, 79 in Blackburn, New Hampshire, 81 in Concord, New Hampshire, 82 in Manchester, and Nashville, New Hampshire, 85 degrees in Portsmouth, New Hampshire, 82 in Port Maine. Okay, looking at the surface map around the country, shows state front line from Nevada all the way down to Colorado, emerged to the state cold front from Northern New Mexico down through Oklahoma, state front from through Kansas, and a cold front from Missouri down through Illinois, and a state front from Wisconsin all the way up in the Ontario, Quebec, and a cold front from North Dakota up in the southern Manitoba, and state front down to West Ontario, the low pressure southeastern Manitoba, and a trail low pressure from northeastern UP, Michigan, all the way down to southern Kansas, and for a couple of front boundaries around the west coast with a low pressure in southern New Mexico and high pressure ridges in western Montana and Yellowstone Valley and Wyoming and inland northwest and Four Quarter region and Kentucky. 77 degrees at temperature in Detroit, 79 in Washington, D.C., 77 in Chicago, 81 in Atlanta, 82 in Miami, Florida, 77 in New Orleans, 79 in Memphis, 80 in St. Louis, 86 in Oklahoma City and Dallas, Texas, 83 in Houston, Texas, 84 in Brownsville, Texas, and 63 out in Wichita, Kansas, 64 in Minneapolis, St. Paul, 66 in Denver and Salt Lake City, 82 in Albuquerque, New Mexico, 84 in Los Angeles, 68 in San Francisco, and 63 out in Seattle, Washington. Radar shows a trail of showers and storms from southeastern Nebraska down through the northern plains from Iowa down to northern Illinois and Wisconsin and northern Michigan and northern Ontario, and line of rain showers and line from southeastern Alabama down to southwestern Georgia down to western Florida, and some showers and storms from western Oklahoma down to northern Panhandle of Texas. All right. Nothing brewing in the island, but we got a couple of pair of tropical storms in the eastern Pacific. Tropical storm Miriam, 14.1 to the north, 137 port forward to the west. Max sustained winds at 6 miles an hour, moving west at 13 miles an hour. Miriam maintained over the western portion of no change in strength and no coast waters warns at 8 p.m. The center tropical storm Miriam was located in latitude 14.1 to the north, launched to 137 port forward to the west, and Miriam is moving toward the west near 30 miles an hour, and this motion is expected to continue for Wednesday. It turned toward the northwest and northwest expected Thursday and Friday and Thursday night, and followed by a turn in toward the north on Friday and match the same wind at 60 miles an hour with higher gusts. Little change of stream is expected during the next day or so. Some critical stream is possible wind tonight and Thursday before weekend begins on Friday. Transfer force winds extended to 180 miles an hour from the center of the air, so pressure 1,000 millibars per line or 53 inches. All right. Latest on Norman, 17.5 to north, 150.9 in the west. Match the same winds at 50 miles an hour, moving west northwest at 10 miles an hour. And likely become a hurricane tomorrow as there are no coastwise warnings effective at 9 p.m. Eastern time. The center of tropical Norman is located on to 17.5 to north, launch of 132.9 in the west, and Norman is moving toward the west northwest near 10 miles an hour. A gradual turn toward the west is expected over the next day or so, followed by a turn toward the west southwest thereafter. The match the same winds and increase near 50 miles an hour with higher gusts. It is just rain minutes forecast during the next 40 hours, and Norman will become a hurricane tomorrow and could become a major hurricane by Thursday. Transfer winds extend with 45 miles an hour from the center of central pressure 1,000 millibars to 253 inches. And latest on post-tropical cyclone Lane, 19.5 to north, 168.3 west. Max the same winds 30 miles an hour, moving to the north at 6 miles an hour. There no coastwise warning in effect, and interest in the northwest and Hawaiian Islands should continue to monitor the progress of Lane. For additional information, see the high seas forecast from WFO Honolulu at 5 p.m. Hawaiian time. The center of post-tropical cyclone Lane was located in latitude 19.5 to north, longitude 168.3 to the west. Post-tropical cyclone is moving toward the north near 6 miles an hour. The wind low will be turned slightly toward the north-northwest before the system dissipates within 36 hours and matches the same winds near 30 miles an hour with our gusts. Low will continue to weaken until it's absorbed by a new low forming in the north, and there's been a temperature pressure 1,007 millibars or 274 inches. And looking at forecast discussion. High pressure off the east coast will bring excessive heat and humidity today and Thursday. Showing the temperatures will increase on Thursday. The cold front most part of the area. This front stalls of southern region Friday. This will bring in breaking heat, but allow a few showers Friday this weekend towards the south coast of New England. And a few SHRA continue to develop across central New York. There will be a little change in the air mass from here to there. There'll be a very weak shortwave vortex in fact that is hoping to find them off. As south when New England remains controlling cap with much higher H7 temperatures noted by previous forecasters below. Therefore, a humid days Romana is expected with the minimum general rain in the upper 60 to low 70s forecast and track for the most part. And we are under excessive heat warning until 9 p.m. tomorrow. And we got an air quality message to the Department of Environmental Protection has issued a air quality action day for ground level zone in effect from 11 a.m. to 11 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time on Wednesday. The air quality action day means that the ground level zone concentration when it reaches may approach exceed unhealthy standards. An excessive heat warning remains effective until 9 p.m. Wednesday, and height index values up to 105 due to temperatures in the upper 90 to 2 points to low 70s and time on Wednesday. Heat and humidity may cause heat stress during the natural exertion and extended exposure. Connecticut Valley of Connecticut and Massachusetts as well as eastern Massachusetts. Take extra precaution if your work is spent out outside. When possible, reschedule strenuous activities or early morning or evening and know the signs and symptoms of heat exhaustion and heat stroke. Wear lightweight and loose fitting clothing when possible and drink plenty of water. Due to this risk, during the actual work, the Occupational Safety and Health Administration recommends scheduling frequent rest breaks in the shade and non-air-conditioned environments. Anyone governed by heat should be moving to cool and shady location. Heat stroke emergency call 911. Excessive heat warning means that a prolonged period of hot temperatures occur. The combination of hot temperatures and high humidity combine to create dangerous situation which heat illnesses are likely to drink plenty of fluid and stay in your conditioned room and stay out of the sunshine and check with relatives and neighbors. Young children should never be left unattended in vehicles under circumstances, especially too during warm or hot, wherever, when the car, the tourists can reach lethal temperatures in a matter of minutes. Okay, let's take a look at our forecast. Goes like this. Tonight, partly clouds about 32 degrees, light southwest wind for Wednesday, Sunday, high 96, the heat in was high of 105, light west wind coming, south wind 5 to 10 miles in the morning, west gust outside 20 miles an hour for Wednesday night, most of the gust about 74 degrees, southwest about 69 miles an hour for Thursday, chance showers and thunderstorms may after 10 a.m., most of the about 90 degrees, west about 6 miles an hour, chance patient 30%. Never rain amounts between 10 to this possible amounts possible thunderstorms for Thursday night. Slight chance showers and thunderstorms between before 10 p.m. Mostly clouds about 65 degrees and northeast at about 6 miles an hour. Chance patient 20% for Friday. Puts under the mostly clouds about 75 about 62 degrees. Saturday mostly clouds about 75 about 64 degrees. Sunday mostly clouds about 81 about 66 degrees. Labor Day puts under the mostly clouds about 84 about 66 degrees. And for Tuesday puts under about 80 degrees. Peter, tell news time 11:14 on this late. It's 11:15 on this late. Tuesday night, time now for Sports Nightly on this Tuesday night. I'm Peter J. Wiggins and the Boston Red Sox looking to snap a 3-game skid after being swept in Tampa welcome the Miami Marlins to town for a little quick 2-game series before headed out to Chicago Southside to take on Red Sox in a 4-game series. And it was a wild one at Fenway Park. And Red Sox got on the board on Ian Kinsler single on a ground ball to left fielder outstanding that scores. Andrew Bogart, and it was 1-0 for Red Sox. But Isaac Galloway homers on a foul ball to center field to tie it at 1, and then Andrew Benton doubles on a sharp line drive. The center fielder Isaac Galloway that scores Chuck Weather Jr. and Malcolm Betts the third, 2-1 in favor of the Red Sox. Then Xander Bogart side the second by the left fielder Austin Dean that scores Ricky Betts, making it 3-1 in favor of the Red Sox. And then bottom of the sixth, third one in New York Somers on foul line drive. The left fielder making it 4-1 the Red Sox. And the Red Sox had the victory wrapped in their sleeve, but nah. A disaster in the top of the 8th. JT Realmuto homers on a foul ball to left center field, and Brian Anderson scores to cut the Sox lead at 4-3. And then Stalin Castro homers on a foul ball to center field to tie it at 4. And then right fielder taking singles on a foul ball to left fielder Andrew Benintendi that scores. Magnus Seaver scores, and Miriam Ross scores, and JT Real's second base to make it 6-4 Marlins. And then Jack Barrett Jr. singles on a ground ball to right fielder Isaac Galloway that scores. Martinez and Nunez to make it 6-6 to score. And then Mookie Betts walks in a wild pitch by Terry Guerrero to make it 7-6 Red Sox, and the Red Sox once again had the victory in their sleep, but Craig Kimbrell couldn't hold on as McNair singles on ground ball to right fielder Mookie Betts that scores. Yetta Rivera and Derek Dietrich second base, so it's 7-7 to score, but then in the bottom of the ninth, Edwin Nunez runs to the fourth after forced by search up T.J. Riddle. Team Montana scores, and Zero Morris second base, and Edwin Nunez and Red Sox, and a 4-0 by shortstop T. Riddle is the Red Sox eke a win out of their chinny chin chins as they defeated the Miami Marlins 8-7 at Fenway Park to go to 91-42 this season and have maintain a 6.5 game lead on the Yankees as Kimbrell got the save, second Ritter got the loss. Next up, David Price will be on the mound tomorrow to wrap up the quick 2-game series against the Marlins. For the Red Sox, wow, for the Marlins they will have Trevor Richards, game time, 6:35 p.m. at Fenway Park. Okay, looking at some other Major League Baseball scores. LA Dodgers, 8, and the Texas Rangers, 2. Top of the 9th, Oakland A's and the Houston Astros, 3-2 to score. Bottom of the 4th, Colorado Rockies, 2, and the LA Angels, 0. Top of the 6th, San Diego Padres, 2, Seattle Mariners, 0. San Francisco and Arizona, no score. Delay 10th, Chicago Cubs, 1, and New York Mets, 1. Baltimore is 12, and the Toronto Blue Jays, 5. Philadelphia Phillies fall to the Washington Nationals, 5-4. New York Yankees, 5, and the Chicago White Sox, 4. Minnesota Twins get pounded by the Cleveland Indians 8-1. Cincinnati Reds 9, Milwaukee Brewers 7, and the Atlanta Braves 9, Tampa Bay Rays 5, and the Detroit Tigers fall to the Kansas City Royals 6-2, and the Pittsburgh Pirates get bumped by the St. Louis Cardinals 5-2. All right. The standings go like this. The Sox maintain a 6.5 game lead on the New York Yankees for first place in the AL East. Cleveland's got a healthy 14-game lead on the Minnesota Twins for first place in the AL Central, and the Houston Astros got a 2.5 game lead on the Oakland A's for first place in the AL West. And National League, Atlanta Braves got a 4.5 game lead on the Philadelphia Phillies for first place in the National League East. Chicago Cubs got a 4.5 game lead on the St. Louis Cardinals for first place in the NL Central, and Arizona Cardinals a 1 game lead on the Rockies and 2 on the Dodgers in the NL West. And the wild card possibilities. New York wild card teams are New York and Oakland, and the wild card teams are St. Louis and Milwaukee. The Pawtucket Red Sox fall to the Lehigh Valley Iron Pigs 9-3. Another big Jerry Jones, Roger Goodell feud could be on the way as Cowboys under Jerry Jones wants an 18-game pre-game season and 2 preseason games. Kirk Cousins turned down $90 million guaranteed from just before signing with the Vikings. Cincinnati Bengals signed Carl Dunlap and Geno Atkins to the new deals. U.S. Open, Novak Djokovic comes second set loss, heat and victory. Johnny Manziel reflects his time in the Cleveland Browns. It went so bad. Dennis says he'll like to wait a little bit later this time. Roger Federer beats Yoshiro Nishioka at the U.S. Open and reached second round. Why Serena Williams won't celebrate Alexis on his first birthday. Jim Harbaugh's similar approach get up military football, win games. How Odell Beckham convinced John Mayer to allocate a huge pack. John Gruden plays key role in Kellen Mike talks to the Raiders. Detroit Lions kept Robert Ayers out one day after signing defensive end. Denver Broncos offensive lineman for Chad Kelly Paxton Lynch to make team. Wisconsin Nassau plus on to be Paul Bear for John McCain. New York Mets trade veteran slugger Joseph Batista to the Phillies in time for playoff push. St. Louis Cardinals drop interim tag Mike Schlitt their manager. Tiger Woods comment about President Trump is surprising no one. Doug Baldwin was practically sitting out for the sense that it was hard emotional. As expects an EB issued in 2018. Ashton Jeffrey expects to miss leads for the first 2 weeks of the Eagles season. NFL exec puts out Patriots' biggest weakness going into the 2018 season. Manu Ginobili continued to extend to Spurs in retirement. Manny Bourne explains why he is no longer with the Penn State football team. Chicago Cubs Joe Madden and Mr. Over the report regarding job status. Le'Veon Bell denies telling teammates he will report in later day. Brett top by Kurt stops new Packers game day food at Lambeau Field. The football injury update. Senior wide receiver Terry Godwin played by calf injury. Bob Costin talks to leave NBC Sports after 40 years. Matt Nagy jumped the Bears will shift on how Trubisky and Patrick Mahomes measure. South Carolina bring on a new helmet of the Bills uniforms for Coastal Carolina. So Williams, U.S. Open Pep won after shocking answer number one Simona Halep. Auburn quarterback Joey Gate without for the Washington game. Patriots Julian Everton having a tough week as suspension looms. Jalen Wall's defense are flipping a switch. Robert Griffin is third of it. Baltimore Ravens no exclamation of face to the Washington Redskins. 53 men watch the prediction of falling. Camelot created trade for the Baltimore Ravens. Hurricanes release first step chart for LSU opener. Seattle Mariners manager Scott Smith settles haircut ban with the closer Evan Diaz. Yankees AL Rookie Year battle gets the Diamondback. Oakland A's placed veterans on a DL called Ryan Dull. Philadelphia Union reached a new high. First place, Cleveland Indians hope to continue their attendance surge on final 2 homestand. Larry Nance returns to the maximum security prison in Florida. Jesse James has missed Renoir for Steelers at tight end amid knee injuries. Changing it on fire. Florida State could be affected by Virginia Tech. Will LA make a 3-point jump? As Stephen A. Silver ESPN picks the LA Lakers to go to 2019 Western Conference Finals of LeBron James. Houston Texans star J.J. Watt's Hurricane Harbor raises $41.6 million. Miami Dolphins head coach Adam Gase reviews team. NBC are taking their Premier League morning show on the road across the U.S. Baker Mayfield ready to step in the tire tail and number 2 in the Eagle to start finish lines for the Cleveland Browns and Vanderbilt football player suspended charged to start off doing police officer. That's going to be it for the Pewter Channel Level Call Tuesday and it's late Tuesday night on 2018. Pewter, hope you have a good night and I'll see you tomorrow morning when the more report. Hope you have a good night.